Okay, tell me. Question number and page number.
So question 10 and
Hmm?
question 11. Question 10 and question 11, page number
Okay.
20.
Okay.
So like I got the answer in question 10, but I'm not able to figure out like in the form of the options given.
Option will be B, I think. B is the right answer. So question number 10, page number 23, right?
Yes, sir.
No, the answer is B. So this is with what we know that VB cos theta is U, right? So VB is U sec theta. And therefore dV by dt, here theta is variable. It is U into d by dt of sec theta plus sec theta into du by dt. And I think U is constant here, right? So since U is constant, du by dt term is 0. So 1 implies and if you differentiate sec theta, it will become sec theta into tan theta into d theta dt. Now to find the d theta by dt, we have to use the b in the given diagram. So the question is how to use b, sir. So I'll do half of the triangle. And this is the knot position. You can call this is y, this is b, and this is theta. So tan theta is b by y. So y is b cot theta. So dy by dt is b minus cosec square theta into d theta by dt. And as the block B will go up, the y will decrease. So this is minus VB. Because the decrement of y is velocity of B. So d theta by dt turns out to be how much? But the VB itself is how much? It is U sec theta. So this is the question number 2. And let's call this is 3. From 3 from 2 and 3. Sec theta is 1 by cos theta. Tan is sin by cos. And then d theta dt is U. This is U by U square by B. Tan Q theta. So B is the answer. Okay. So this was challenging one for sure.
So is there any shorter method for this question?
Pardon?
Is there any shorter method for this
No.
question?
For this, for acceleration, there is no shorter method because the velocity relation is one line. Then to find the acceleration, we have to do the kinematics. So you have to practice this till you get it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And 11th question. The 11th is no, no, no. This is different on this side. Nothing. Just hello, Raghuveer, did you solve the question?
Sir, I did HC Verma.
Okay. What you did? How many questions did you solve?
5
All?
to 10.
5 to 10, that's it. All things will happen. HC Verma should have been finished by now. So how many of you have finished HC Verma? Tell me.
Done, sir.
Done.
Yes, same.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think this is now finally done. So now this is the question. Tell me, how many strings do you see here in total? How many strings do you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? Tell me.
Okay.
There too. Very well. So you can see this is a single string. This is ending here. This is one string, but this string is going from here till here, till here, till here, till here. So actually we have two separate strings. Okay. And this is one mass one. All right. So you're pulling both sides with you, right? If I assume the tension here T, the tension here is T, 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 2, 3, 2, T. And this is of course 2, T. So the tension here is T. So how many ends are moving? You can see this end is moving, this end is moving, and as a result, the block is moving, the plank is moving. So question is, the speed of the block will be. So what is the speed of block if it is moving vertically upward? So let's say this moving with velocity v. So how to write here? I mean, you can write here 4t into v. Do you realize this? 14 into v.
Yes.
Now there are 3 points, 1, 2, and this block. The point 1 is moving towards right with tension left. So what we can write here? Minus 2tu. And on the right side, you can see the t is acting right, going towards left, minus tu. And the sum will be 0. So you get 4v equals to 3v. So the answer is 3u by 4. I think option A. So when we have the free end without mass attached, so there's a rule for free end. You can always think as a, or you can think as a, what to say, Pauli constraint you can apply. And if you apply the Pauli constraint, it will name it P1. So for P1, we know that this end is going up with you. This point is going up with you. This is 0. So this must be going up with 2u, right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that end is going with 2u. And similarly, this end we don't know how much it is going, so let's call V dash. So this is going with so we can say 2u plus V dash by 2 equals to V, because this end is going with V. So we can add the constant for here. And now to get V dash, that's an interesting one. So this is going up with U, and if you look carefully, that the V dash is going this way. This will go down with V dash, right? Isn't it? If left will go up, then right will go down. It's the same string coming here.
Yes.
And this is going up, so we can say V dash is going down, U is going up by 2 is equals to V. So basically, V dash we can replace from here. I think minus V dash plus 2 minus V dash plus U is 2V. So V dash is U minus 2. Now, question 2 and question 1. Let's substitute. So plus U minus 2V by 2 equals to V. So 3U minus 2 equals to 2V. This implies 2V by 2. Yeah. Okay. So by applying the constant also we can get the answer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Mhm. So do you realize how to solve question using either constant or T dot V is effective? So you have to actually practice a lot to master this. I mean, it's not easy. I can understand. It's not at all easy. And whenever there is a free end of a string moving with some speed, we always take the tension acting away from that. And once you write the tension relation, you can get the answer. Does it make sense to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are actually difficult. Now 12, 13, did you solve 12, 13? Anyone? Question number 12 and 13? Siddhant, did you solve 12, 13?
Yes, sir.
How much you got answer for 12?
So 12th B.
Okay, I think that's correct. B or A, yeah. So what you did? Can you tell me what you did to solve the question? Send me your solution. Let me draw the diagram quickly. So which method you applied? The T dot V or something else? Siddhant?
It's a constraint formula. Constraint method.
Constraint method. Show me, send me the question. I would like to see your answer. Okay, so
So
tell me
one second, sir,
questions.
I'll
If you, pardon?
sir, actually it was all in rough. I'll write it in fair.
No, you can send me the rough. That's okay. Just write the initial question. Initial question. That's it. Tell me questions. How, if you want to solve, then what you will apply? Which method you are going to apply to get the numbers?
I think summation T dot.
So try to write it down and let me know. Just send it, send it to me. Like whatever you are trying to write, which your thought process, write it down and send this to me. We are going to solve all questions 12, 13, 14. These all three are the challenging problems. From 10 to 14, all are challenging. In the world of constraint, these are challenging problems. And the 19th question we have to solve. Very good, Siddhant. So that's the correct question. Very good. So actually you apply the T dot V, right? Kind of, or the decrement or
Yes, sir.
increment, right? Increment or
Yes.
decrement. Yeah, very good. Very good. Excellent. And then after solving, how you got the answer then? How you solve?
Sir,
Just very-
while solving, you get a quadratic and sine square,
Yeah,
and then you find the using the
Correct.
formula, quadratic formula.
correct. Very good. Very good. So the VA will decrease the segment, right? You have used the IDM, increment decrement method, right? So VA
Yes.
cos theta will decrease it. And because this is one, let's get it. So this angle is how much? 91 theta. And this is 60. So one will have how much component in this way? It will be one cos. So this is like what Siddhant is written, VP the pulley. So that pulley VP cos 90 minus theta will try to increment at a rate of 1. I mean, sorry, that's what we do VP. So VP cos theta minus 1. And the other segment it will affect is VP cos 60. And then root 3 cos 30, right? This is what you wrote?
Yes, sir.
Or VP cos 30. And this all will be 0. So writing the increment and decrement is the easiest way to get the answer, and then this will give you, you can substitute the value. VA is given 3.25. This is sine theta. This is 1 by 2. This is 3 by 2, right? Am I right? This is 3 by 2.
Yes.
Because VB is root 3. So since it's 2. So sine theta. It is 13 by 4, I think. 2 equals to 0. Okay. So what you do next?
So you can take a cos on one side and sine on one side and then square it. And then you
Okay.
can convert cos square into sine square.
Okay, very good. So that's also a nice way of doing it. So 2 minus 13 by 4.
So how did you get VP cos 90 minus theta?
The VP is this one. This is VP. So what is the component of VP along this segment? And this component is how much? This angle is 90 minus theta. This angle is 60. So the VP will affect the left segment at what rate? VP cos 90 minus theta. It will increase.
Yes,
And the right segment will grow by VP cos 60. Right?
yes, sir.
And B will also increase the length of segment if you increase this way. So this is root 3. It is root 3 cos 30. This is 30 degree. And this is your VB. So it is VB cos 30. And cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 multiplied by root 3 by 2 is 3 by 2. And therefore the answer is this much. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
So you can either convert into quadratic of cos or sine. So cos theta is how much? B square minus 4AC. 4, 3, 12. So 169 minus 169, 175, 185 into 3 by 4, right? Now this is slightly cumbersome. 185 by 8. So 169 to 4, we have to do this. I think this will be a nice value. 169 into 4 minus 185 into 3. It's 421. And 421 is for? Oh, this is not coming. This is just 1. Hmm. 185 into 3, 169 into 4. Minus 185 into 3. Sorry, it's 121, my bad. So this will become 11 by 2. If you take a plus sign, then it is 4 by 5. So cos theta is 4 by 5. So tan theta will be how much? 3 by 4. I think 3 by 4 is answer, right?
Oh, yes, 3 by 4.
Yeah, so A is answer. All right. There are many ways. I can tell you a very nice way of doing this, but that is also lengthy only. And it is very good application of trigonometry or trigonometric solutions. When you have sine and cos in a same function, then in trigo there is a common way of expressing that's called tan theta. This becomes 2 tan theta by 2, 1 plus tan square theta. 30. Cos we can write as 1 minus tan square theta by 2 plus 8. Let tan theta by 2 equals to x. If you do so, you will get become 8x upon 1 plus x square. So 8x minus 13 plus 13x square plus 8 plus 8x square equals to 0. If I take LCM and all. So what I get is 21x square plus 8x minus 5 equals to 0. So 21x square plus 8x minus 5 equals to 0. So x becomes B square minus 4AC. 4, 520. So minus 8, we have to take plus because this is going to be positive answer. And 464 is how much? It's 22? No, how much is that? 484. So 484 is 22, right? The root. No idea. It's 22. Okay, that's correct. So this is 42. So 22 minus 8 is how much? 14. So x tends out to be 1 by 3. And to get tan theta, we have to add 2 tan theta over 2 y and minus. So this is 2x upon 1 minus x square because we know the answer 2 into 1 by 3. So the tan theta turns out to be. So why I'm giving this solution because this is also a good way to understand how to solve trigonometric equations. So sometimes it's good to know various ways of solving trigonometric equations. So what you're solving is a very good and tough trigonometric equation. Okay. I hope this is clear, guys.
Yes, sir.
Question, sir, tell me.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes,
Clear. So can you do it without looking at the answer? Yeah, Prasansa and Rugved, please show me the answer. I'm giving you 5 minutes to write the question and just send it to me. Realize and write. Meanwhile, I'll go to the question 13. 13 you solve, Siddhant?
Yes, the same method, increment.
So what you got the answer? Option number?
So it was, I think, root 7.
Correct. That's correct answer. Are you guys solving? Rugved and Prasansa, are you solving?
Yes.
Okay, got the answer? Questions and Rugved? Are you guys able to create the question first?
Yes.
Okay, send me the question what you have created with diagram.
Ah.
Yes. Okay, Rugved, explain me what you did in your question. How sorry. How sin theta came?
On the left side.
Left side what?
On the left side of the equation.
Yeah, yes. From left side, what? What is left side? Like which part you're decrementing? What you're doing? Like which method you're applying first?
So the same that you applied that
No, like what you're doing? The increment
3.2
decrement or the T dot V, which one?
decrement.
Okay. So then what is sin theta representing?
Sin theta component that the VP is making.
So it is the rate at which the left segment is increased by the pulley, right?
Yes.
So this is what you have to say actually. So explain that way. Okay. So the left and why you're writing equals to? So when you write the decrement, you just keep on adding, subtracting, and equal to 0, right?
Yes.
So why it is equal?
Ah.
So you are saying that the net increment in the left is equals to net decrement in the right. Even that is not the meaning coming from there. So how you like introduce equal to sign? No idea.
I might have done it by mistake.
So what do you want to write? Plus, minus, what?
Plus
What is there?
plus
Plus. Okay. So root 3 cos 30 is increment. That's correct. You can add plus. And then why write sin 30?
cos 60 degree. Cos, I cannot write cos 60 degree.
Yeah, you cannot cos 60. And that will be also plus. So all will be equals to 0.
Yes.
But you have done that. Okay. Yeah, person sir, tell me what you did. Did you send?
So 1 second.
Oh my God. So what you did is root 3 cos 60 cos 30. Okay. Cos 60 sin theta. And yeah, that's correct. Correct. Very good. So I hope you all guys realize how to write this. So this is question number 13. And what they're asking, what is the velocity of cylinder, this cylinder? Tell me, how you're going to move about this question? So here you can either apply the wedge constant or the increment decrement method. Okay. So tell me, Siddhant, what you did. I think you have solved. Can you
Yes,
explain to all of them what you did?
yes, sir. So in this diagram, there are 2 points of contacts. So at
Mhm.
those 2 points of contacts, I drew the velocity components and
Mhm.
made them using the increment decrement method. I equated them and I found Vy and Vx of the cylinder.
Right.
And
So you assume, first of all, you assume two variables for the cylinder, right?
yes, Vx and Vy.
So you, this was clear that one must be Vx because that is going this way. Another let's call Vy, right? Like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. And Vx, we can determine directly because the right contact, this is the common normal, right? And this surface is running away at a speed to u. So to maintain the contact, Vx must be, this is the right equation. Now you have to write here also. Look, this is another common number. And for that, you have to draw the diagram first. So this is your Vy, this is your Vx. And this is a common number. This is 30, 60. So what is the net velocity along this direction? So net velocity in that direction is Vy cos 30 minus Vx cos 60, right? For the cylinder, right?
Yes, sir.
So cylinder is going this way and you will have u sin 30
Yes.
because u is this way. Let me draw this separately. So you can write a u cos 60 or u sin 30. And Vx we have already determined from the first surface. So it's u. It is u by 2. So root 3 Vy is 3u. So Vy is root 3u, right?
Yes.
And because we know Vx, Vy, so you can say V equals to. Very good. Excellent job. If you've done this, it's not at all easy question. These are some of the challenging questions that you come across. Okay. Okay. Proud of you. And now we are going to do the. So you realize, guys, questions are where? Tell me. Have you
Yes.
all realized?
Yes.
So can you do it on your own
Yes.
without looking at the answer? Honestly,
Yes.
yeah, do it. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Let me tell you a very. If you are not mastering laws of motion, you are going to struggle entire physics. No matter how much we are delaying the syllabus, but if you are not mastering, you won't be good with any of the chapter. So laws of motion is the fundamental thing. One must master it by solving as many questions as possible. Let me give you some question. Laws of motion. So when you solve these many questions, then you will finally in a position to say that, okay, you really mastered the dynamics. And why it is important? Because you have to develop this habit. If this habit is not coming here, if you're not comfortable with the equation writing, solving simultaneously, then that struggle will be everywhere, even in mathematics. So this will have the direct effect on your maths also. Physics gives you one opportunity to master this calculation and all. So this opportunity should be grabbed with both the hands and try to change yourself through this practice. Make sure that you do it with all your heart and soul, and you come out as a winner in this chapter. Your journey will be really smooth for the rest of the physics. Okay. Very good. So Vx is okay. We have to Vx directly. Very good person. So very good. So how many of you, like from the core of your heart, you really want to crack IIT-JEE? I mean,
Sami.
Doesn't matter what's the preparation right now, but you really want to. I mean, you will die if you don't do it. Like that is coming from the within from yourself. No, I have to crack it. It's not a big deal. Look, wait, tell me, is it coming from your heart? Like, no, I have to do it. Or is it that inner call is still, waiting? It hasn't come to you.
No, sir, not like that.
Not like that. Person, sir. Have you got the call from within?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
But sir, I feel like I wasted some time. But then
That
I
is
got the
correct.
job
See, that is
after the
correct.
right.
See, that's a very realistic thing. If someone is realistic in their approach, if you are very much clear that, okay, you have done something, misutilization or less, so you can say underutilization of your uh, power, potential, strength, it is a really good thing. That shows character. So your chance of, changing or transforming yourself from the present prasansa to a prasansa of greater intelligence is quite easy job. So I always request you all, like, always keep the realistic picture in mind, that always ask every to yourself that, am I doing enough to get what I am dreaming for? Because there is a definition, there is something called, what is frustration? If someone will ask you, what is frustration? And there is a definition actually. So when your ambition exceed your effort, if your effort is lagging much more than your ambition, the gap is called frustration. And what is success? If your effort exceeds your ambition, the overlap is called success. So these are two very clear definitions in life. If you keep these definitions, you will really understand that, okay, I have to increase the effort because my ambition is too high, my effort is too less, it will never work. And you know what happens as a teacher, what we face, we get constant call from the parents as there's no improvement in the marks and all. The thing is, we also fail to convince them that your child has not started taking things in a very aggressive manner, in a manner in which the result will start coming. And JEE preparation, whether it's mains or advanced, it is not something, I mean, joke. It is something which one should take seriously. Because see, out of 10 to 12 lakh or even 13 lakhs of students who appear for JEE main every year, the ideal scenario of seat is like 20,000 in NITs. So out of 12 lakhs, only 20,000 will get the seat, that's for sure. And to get something meaningful or better, you have to be in the top 5,000 or maybe 10,000 at max. And to be in 10,000, you should score minimum of 50%. If you're not scoring minimum of 50%, then I mean, getting any through any good NIT is a difficult task. Now, 50% seems to be easy, but it is not so easy. And why it is not easy, let me tell you. As you grow in a subject and in a course, your content will explode actually. And when content will explode, it will be difficult to keep track of it. So now there is an obvious question that how those students who qualify, how they keep track of it. And there's a simple answer. They don't try to remember anything. They devise a way to understand the concept, and they always recall the concept through which they solve the numerical. So instead of a lot of formula, they carry the concept. A below average or mediocre will try to recall the formula. Intelligent students, they try to recall the concept through which they can arrive at the formula through some way. And then comes the practice. So if you are doing a lot of practice, then those things will be very much current in your brain, in your memory. And this all will come if you just remain consistent. See, the result will not come today, tomorrow, or after 1 month. It will come eventually near about your examination only. But if you are consistent in your preparation, then that result will eventually come. If you try to compare with the, those students who are getting rank good marks right now, it will be difficult. Why? Because they started early and they have been consistent. There are many who might have started even 2 years back also. Someone may be starting in class 7, some 8th, 9th, 10th. So they may have a privilege as of now, but that privilege will go away once you also, start finishing, coming to closing, close to your end of your syllabus. So there everyone will be same actually. But because your journey is different, your uh, grasping power is different, so you stick to your strength, grow slowly, but grow. That is important. Do not try to keep any competition with other. Every student is different. So what I say to everyone is that, okay, you stick to your strength, work on it, keep on improving every day. And after 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 1 month, 2 months, you will see you have improved a lot. So when you compare yourself 3 months back and 3 months now, do you see any difference? Tell me, person, do you see any difference? 3-4 months
Yes,
back
sir.
and now?
Yes, sir.
Are you same? Is your thinking improving day by day?
Yes, sir. It has
So you're
improved.
growing, you're not losing anything. No? Now, if you remain consistent, then this growth will be visible. Now it is not visible. Have you seen the sunrise and sunset ever?
Yes, sir.
If you look at the sunrise, the sun will be, it is coming, and suddenly you will see that after long wait, in very less than few minutes, it comes completely. So it waits for the entire night. And when it is about to rise, you will see the rays, radiating from the edge of some mountain, and then suddenly it will start coming. You see the glimpse of it, and in no time it will be on the zenith, or it will be much higher in the sky. So that visibility will change quickly. So that is with your preparation. You wait for, people say that, okay, it is not visible. The sun is not coming, on the or facing the earth at one instant. It's like you're waiting for 12 hours to come back. So you're continuously moving actually. Or you can say earth is moving continuously, and eventually it will face the sun again after 12 hours. So that 12 hour, it is not doing nothing. It is turning to reach there. And then suddenly sunrise will come. So similar to that sunrise example, when you are putting your effort continuously, you never know that you are going to rise, but you have to wait for that 12 hours. So the 12 hour is an analogy, of course. You have to wait for your 12 hours of your life. And then you will rise. But if you're not turning, let's say if Earth stops turning, will it ever have the sunrise? If it is not turning, tell me.
No, sir.
So turning is important, right? So your growth is not, no one can measure your growth or any individual student growth in one day. Growth is always measured on every hour you spend in your preparation, every minute you spend. And see, I can tell you, you cannot live a normal life. You cannot have all the day, all the weekend with your friends, every day party, going for, with friends, celebrating birthday. You have to actually release all this, materialistic world for some time. You're not going to lose anything. And your friendship will remain intact. I can bet you. If they are really friends, they will understand, okay, now she is preparing, she's not getting time. So, and right now, the duration of 2 years, in which half year is already gone, you have hardly 1 year left now. So in 1 year, you have to actually do all these things to actually come to terms. So that's why I'm saying that if you only spend 1 year is left. If you spend 1 year in isolation without much of the happening friendship, because your college life is all about happening friendship, you can always do there. Right now is like to transform yourself. This is the right time. You have the right age, right maturity, right you can say intelligence, and of course your age is the biggest crucial ingredient in your growth. So everyone at your age are most receptive. So psychologically, if you know human psychology, at your age your brain is most receptive. That's why you have given so many chapters, so many topics to study. So the education is designed as per the human psychology as well, and that's why it works in that way. And generally what we think that okay, we can achieve the same thing again, the answer is no. At my age, see, I'm struggling to learn something new because my brain has kind of stopped taking or grasping things. So I can only add something to my existing knowledge, and because I have added so many things, so even if I add a small things, it will look bigger to the outer world. So the thing is, my learning ability is now 1/10 of your ability as of now. But in my right time, in my age, I have done what I needed to do in order to gain knowledge. So the same thing goes with everyone. We are not intelligent. We are having some age, and the age gives you the privilege. Use it. Don't waste it. Okay. Right now, you can learn physics, chemistry, math. You can learn dance, music, guitar. Anything you can learn actually. And it's not about intelligence. It's about, again, people don't realize it's age actually. So if you ask your mama or dad, can they learn something very new, extremely new, out of the box? The answer is no. It's very difficult for them. So they stick to their own genre actually. So they all stick. I mean, we as a teacher, we are sticking to our own genre. We don't try to go left, right, and center. We remain what we know, and we keep on adding small amount of knowledge every day, every week, so that we can also keep on growing at a very slow pace. So use it. My only suggestion is use your time in a way which can always let you improve. Don't take anything for granted. And if the effort is not enough compared to your ambition, then the frustration will come for sure. If you're growing every day, be happy, keep on doing it. Don't be content, of course. Have the fire in the belly to always grow more and more. But you have to live a slightly different life than those who are not into the JEE profession, those who are having some different interests as well. You all can meet again back in after 1 year, after 2.5 years. You will have chance to meet and collaborate with new different types of mindset. But if you have chosen this preparation, stick to it. Okay. Do what it takes. Solve questions, read books, read about it, analyze about your preparation, search about it, explore about it. I mean, don't stop. So generally, if you ask in my time, what we used to do, if a chapter is going to start, we used to finish the entire chapter. In fact, we used to think that, okay, I have to finish SC Verma on my own. So I used to finish the entire SC Verma before going to class actually, by reading on our own. So we used to read, write, understand, and that reading habit. I mean, if you have the reading habit of your textbook, that will make you extraordinary. But now that habit has gone from the entire new generation. So a very few students are into reading habit. If you go to Calcutta, if you go to South India, the students are still sticking to that reading habit. I have gone to Hyderabad. I went to a coaching, met the toppest student, the brightest child. And what I realized that, okay, they are reading books. So they are, of course, they are being taught by teachers, but at the same time, they're not relying only on teachers. They are reading books. They are trying to remain ahead of teachers. Now that habit was a very old habit. Of course, we all had that same, but now it is kind of losing a shine in today's generation. They have so many distractions that the reading culture has gone. And if you look at the results, a lot of top IIT rankers you will find from the Calcutta itself, from the South itself, from the Hyderabad, from Chennai. I have met many students from that side. They are doing extremely well. Why? Because they're sticking to the conventional wisdom method. And that I'm seeing that it is slowly it's going away in from Mumbai, from Delhi and all these metro cities. I'm not finding it. So that is a concern. Reading is gone. I mean, we don't want to learn on our own. It's like completely spoon feeding now. which is not good. I mean, this will not bring the best of result. Of course, it is bringing result, but not the best. So try to slowly shift your interest towards science. And let me tell you, even if you don't find it easy, or if you're not getting it, by reading, you can actually make your knowledge much better in the same topic, even if you're not like. And here it is not about liking or unliking, because it is about the requirement. You need these subjects to qualify. So whether you love or hate, don't ignore. Even if you hate, you can hate your teacher, but don't hate your subject. Generally, we connect teacher with subject. If teacher is not good, we start hating the subject also. That should not be the case. So if your teacher is not good, not enough to provoke your thinking and all, don't hate your subject. Yeah, you're free to hate your teacher. That's okay. You can hate me, but don't hate physics. You hate teacher, but not the subject. And when your subject is not getting clear, try to explore on your own. That is the best way. Sometimes we have to develop our own instinct in different topics, subject also. So let me go to the next question, which is question number 14, I think. 14 you solved, Siddhant?
No, sir, I have a doubt in this.
Okay, not problem. So let me solve 14. But very few have solved question number 12 and 13. I'm really proud of you. So I will be very honest. If you will do something good, you will get a direct appreciation from me. I don't appreciate very easily. So we have a I think something like this. So when I was a small kid, so this was a toy actually. And what they used to do is they used to attach a paper snack here. And by, kind of you had control here. So by moving this, it will go back and forth, the snake. And we used to scare our friends. I was in class maybe 1 or maybe nursery. So that was very famous toy actually. Now this is a very good question of physics also. So what is the question? It is saying that, okay, if this is moving with V at what is speed? I think A1, A2, A3 is written. Yeah, A1. So how fast these joints will move? That's the question. And they're particularly actually asking the joint number A2. Okay. So it is easy because it is rhombus, which means the angles are equal. So if I start with theta, every angle is theta, right? All are theta, isn't it?
Yes.
So do you realize that all angles are theta? Okay. If I say this is L1, this is L1, this is L2, this is L2, this is L3, this is L3. I think sides ratios are given. Yeah, it's given 5:3:2. Now, how far is OA3 in terms of theta and L? So you can clearly see it's a twice L1 plus L2 plus L3 cos theta. Am I right? You can resolve, take the component from here. L1 cos theta 2 times, L2 cos theta 2 times, right? And L3 cos theta 2 times to get the OA3. Am I right? Hello. Tell me. So similarly, what is OA2? How far is OA2? And what is OA1? Do you realize this? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now it's done. So OA2 upon OA3. If you take the ratio, what will you get? 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 plus 3, right? And the ratio we can convert into the values as, let's say, k. So 5k plus 3k, 5k plus 3k, because it's a ratio, so you can add 2k. And this turns out to be how much? 8 by 10? Correct? So what is OA2? OA2 is always 4/5 of OA3. So if I differentiate with time, this is the V2, which is equals to 4 by 5. V3, which is given to us as V, right? So the answer will be in the same ratio. You can also find the OA1. So OA1 will be, OA1 is it's L1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 OA3. So OA1 turns out to be 5k by 10k. So V1 is basically V by 2. Am I right? Do you realize this? Is this clear?
Yes.
All right. So this kind of question we can solve by the ratio. So you have to just think about how far is that point from the fixed end, and this is how we solve. This is also called there is a principle of virtual work. So we simply multiply the distance in a way to get the answer. Anyway, so this is the easiest way. Now we are going to solve the last question in constraint. And our constraint part is almost over. Now I'll show you some questions, how to solve. Question number 19. Did you solve 19 anyway? You can see the question 19 first. Please check, everyone. Are you guys reading the question first? So read about the question, and it is similar to the question which we have done. Along the common normal velocity, we have to equate. Something is unknown here, which you have to figure it out through the geometry. And here, luckily, the geometry will be Pythagoras. So that part is mathematics, rest is physics. Can you find the radius of the A? Because that is, I think, important.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do it. Solve it.
Sir, is the radius 10 meters?
Yes, yes. So once you get the radius, then I think the rest is easy only, right? The rest is you have to just take the component
sir.
of velocity and equate it, so you will get the answer. Tell me what you are getting.
So velocity is 12 meters.
Very good. That's the right answer. Anybody else getting the answer? Okay, so let me solve this. So these two planes are at right angle, right? So we have two spheres. And I think all dimensions are given, right? Okay. And I think this radius is not given, right? This R is not given. This is given. How much? This is A, this is B. What is the radius of B? Tell me, guys.
5.
5. Very good. So if this is 5, so this is how much?
12.
12. Because the entire thing is 17. And if this is R, so how much is this?
19 minus R.
Very good. And if because this is R, so this is R plus 5. So you can use the Pythagoras. Again, see, this is a very interesting kind of problem which you will come across maybe in other situations also. That 1, 2, and 3 is Pythagoras. We can write the Pythagoras relation. So using Pythagoras, what you can write here? You can write R plus 5 whole square. The hypotenuse square is 12 square plus 19 minus R whole square. Bring this side. A square minus B square is what? A plus B. If you add these two, what will get? 24. And A minus B will give you how much? It is how much? 2 or 14. Correct? So 6 times. So you got the R equals to 10. And now we know that the velocity of one is towards this direction. And this will be like this. If I call this as theta, then we can say this is 91 theta. And velocity along the common normal must be same. So velocity so VA cos theta is VB sin theta, right? So VA is how much? VB tan theta. And tan theta I can calculate from the triangle. So tan theta is opposite what is given, VA or VB? What is given?
So VA is given.
Oh, okay. I think that is 9. So very good. This is a constant relation, and the application is not limited to this problem, but this idea will be useful in other scenarios. In fact, this idea is also used in mathematics to find the radius because it's purely geometrical. It is clear? Okay, so we are done with the constant relation. Okay, so let's do some problem and then I will go to the other concept. So some easy problem. I think we have done this, but let me do this again. Okay. And question is find the acceleration of blocks. Very simple. Small and capital find. Because we have 2 blocks, so you have to assume something. Okay, tell me what you want to assume. The capital M should go down or up? What do you think? I mean, what do you want? Not think.
So rough.
Up. So let's say if this goes up, then capital small M will go
Down.
down. Yeah. And do you know the acceleration? Oh, we are trying to find the acceleration only. So if, because you don't know, so you have to assume something, right? So you can start with the constant itself. What is the constant relation? Although this is the
V1 equals to
last step,
4.
but we have to write the constant relation. So first assume some variable and start with the constant relation itself because that's important step. Yeah, tell me.
So V1 equals to 4V.
So if you V1, if you know the velocity relation, you can convert it into acceleration by differentiating because there is no theta involved. So things will change directly. So the relation in which you know in velocity will also come in acceleration. No need to worry at all. So what is the relation? A2 is
4A.
for A1, right? Okay. So you are done with the constraint. You're done with the constraint. Then what are the next step? The next step is write the laws of motion. Now, when it comes to laws of motion, we write net force equals to mass into acceleration. So you have to draw a BD also. Now, when you know that the pulley, these pulleys will move along with the block of mass capital M, then those pulleys should not be drawn separately. You can think that as a part of the pulley is a part of mass, and then force acting on the pulley is force acting on the mass itself. All pulleys are massless. So pulleys mass are not going to be considered. All pulleys are massless. And then your job is simple. So what you can write here? If you write the laws of motion, the rule is simple. The force which supports the acceleration is positive and against is negative. So if you draw the ABD, the gravity which generally you don't see in the diagram, you have to always draw for yourself. Tension is something which you can assume as a variable, and then you can see T, 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 and T. There are 4 T, right? Once you're done with all this ABD thing and the force thing, then you have to write the laws of motion. So for M, what is the laws of motion? Tell me. Net force is equals to mass into acceleration. That's it. Net force, first start net force equal with M times the assumed acceleration, which you have assumed. What will you write?
So 4T minus mg equals to m into a.
But this is a blunder. I mean, how you're writing T minus? Is it T is supporting the acceleration? What is the direction of acceleration?
So sorry, mg minus 4T equals to m into a.
Mg minus, we are saying for small m or capital M?
Capital M.
Okay, for I'm asking for small m. What is small m?
mg minus t equals to m into a.
Mg minus T equals to M into A2. Very good. And for capital M?
mg minus 4T equals to m into a.
Again, you're doing the blunder. What you said was correct. I think you said
Sorry,
for
sir.
the
4T minus mg equals to m into a.
and because the A1 A2 relation is known to you, there are 2 ways. I mean, generally for easy problem, I will tell you what to do. But in general, when questions become difficult, stick this way. I'll tell you a general way of solving, which doesn't require much effort. So the next step is simple. What is common here in the equation 1 and 2? I mean, okay, I think 1 is there, 2 and 3. What is common in 2 and 3? And the answer is that the variable T is everywhere. It is here also, right? So I think
Yes.
A1 and A2 can be expressed in terms of tension, right? So
Yes,
A2
sir.
we can write as how much? What is A2 we can write as? A2 is actually G minus T by M. From 1, 2, and 3, all 3 together. I'm trying to substitute A2 and A1 from the remaining equation of 2 and 3. What is A2 I can write as? So A2 becomes T minus G minus T by M. Do you see it? Hello, hello, hello. Do you see this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Equals to 4 times. What is A1? It is 40 by capital M minus G. Hope you realize this. You realize? Maybe. Hello, hello, hello. Do you all
Yes.
realize? And therefore the answer is G minus T by M equals to 4 square. I will add not 16, 4 square T by M. For some reason, actually, I'm writing this. Then I can take common T, so it's 1 by M plus 4 square by capital M equals to 5G. I mean, this is very interesting. And the T turns out to be 5G upon 1 by n plus 4 square by capital N. Why I wrote like this? There was a reason for this. Most of the single string problem, when the string is, only one string connecting all the masses. Here we have two mass. The tension is very easy to be written. Tension is very easy to be written, and how to write the answer is very simple. Can you count the number of segments here? Can you count the segments? Okay, anyway, tell me how much force, how much tension is acting on the small m? Only one tension T, right? And
Yes,
how
sir.
much tension is acting on the capital M? You can say 40.
40.
40, right? Okay. So for small m it is T, for capital M is 40. So as many tension as you read, that times G will be there. So you can see 5G we have. Because 40 here and T here, you can see it's 5G. So this is very like kind of pattern which you can always figure it out, and you can write the answer in examination in one line. But of course, that is not I'm encouraging. I'm saying in examination you can check the answer without putting effort. So it's 5G. You know how 5G is coming? It's simple. I'll tell you the next step. How to write the. So the whole idea is how to write this the denominator. This is interesting. And why it is interesting, I'll tell you. What you assume tension here? T, right? For the small m. And if you assume for small m T, it turns out to be 40 for the capital M, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the rule is this. Let me tell you the rule. So tension we write is, we count the number of T for all, and this is 5, so we write 5 times G. And we check something like this. The tension assumed for a given mass, we compare the tension for a small m, it is only 1 T, so I write 1 square by m. But it is 4 times the capital M, for it's 4 times, we write it 4 square by capital M. And this way you can write for any number of masses, this will become your answer. This is like a trick. I'm not saying this is some formula or method. It is just a trick. I'll give you some more example to get this trick done. But anyway, first step is find you get the tension. Once I have the tension here, I'll go back to this 1 and 2, 2 and 3 obviously. Because I know the tension, I can substitute T and I'll get A1 or A2. Then once I get A1, A2, this relation will give me the other value. So once you get the T, use either 2 or use either 3 to get either A1 or A2. And once you have A1, A2, you can get the other values because the constant gives you the relation. Let me show you some other example which you can solve almost in one line. I will not say that this trick is, why I'm teaching this trick, the reason is it is generally taught in coaching institutes by some teacher, and then they will boast, okay, this is the method, you can do it in one line. Okay, you can also do it here also, but these kind of tricks are of no use. With practice, you can solve the entire question in less than the time it takes for trick. And the faster you solve, that is the best thing. So what I really want you guys is to master this solving of equation as fast as possible. Like, can you really do it really fast? And if yes, then how fast? So I'm taking a simple question here. I'll give you an easy question. Just to demonstrate. M what will be the acceleration of blocks? What is A1 and A2? Can you guess the tension?
So 3G by 1 by M plus 4 by 2M.
4 by 2M. So how much is that?
For mg.
Yeah, correct. And if tension is mg, that's very interesting thing. Once you realize that T is mg, because it is 1, 2, 3, so I can say 3g upon 1 by m plus 4 by 2m, which effectively is 3g by 3 by m, right? Which is again mg. And if it is mg, if tension is mg, the first block will not move, right? Because this is also mg, na? So net force is 0. And if
Yes,
first block will not move, the other cannot move. So it means both are 0. Isn't it? Now, what is interesting here? When you double the mass, the tension is also getting doubled for the other block, right? Here T, it is 2T. So when mass is doubling and tension is also doubling, it means it will balance in a similar fashion. That's why in such case, you won't get any answer. Even if you try to solve, it will give you the same answer. So let's say if you try to solve, you write, no, sir, I will write like question. You will say, okay, let's say this is going down, this is going up. Let's assume for some time. And then you write the equation that T minus mg equals to ma1. Let's say I don't know what T. You say equation 1. Then for the other, you can add 2mg minus 2T equals to 2ma2. And if you look carefully, it is same equation. Or if not same, you can just you have two equation, and then what is the constant? Constant we know. Constant is a1 is 2a2, right? Am I right? A1 is twice a2. Do you realize this constant? Hello, hello. Do you realize the constant
yes, sir.
relation? And if you substitute, let's say if you add these two equations, what you get? So you will get mg minus mg0. If you add the equation 1 and 2, it will give you 0 answer. Because t will cancel out, mg will also cancel out. So 0 equals to m a1 plus a2. Which simply means a1 plus a2 is 0. But a1 is also 2a2. So 3a2 is 0. So which means a2 is 0. Which means a1 is 0. Everything is 0. So in fact, there is no need to solve. You can, that's why I'm saying sometimes it is convenient to find the t first. So when values are nice values like m, 2m, 3m, 4m, it's very nice values. If we have symbolically only one notation, it's very easy to solve. So you just write the laws of motion, you write the constant, you get the answer. Okay. If I talk about the previous question and the way of solving, generally, as a beginner, when you start solving, of course, this method is very nice. I mean, you can get the t, and then if t is not required, then this is a lengthy process. Because if I do not need t in the answer, then why to go through the entire calculation of t itself? But sometimes t is also important. So you have to be smart enough that, okay, if t is not asked in the question, then this is not suitable. If t is asked, this is the right way, because this will not require the calculation of acceleration. This gives you directly t. So as a beginner, you have to first understand that what is my demand, what is my requirement. And once you realize that, okay, my requirement is only tension calculation, then this is the nice way. I mean, this will take away the calculation of acceleration at all. But if the major question is about acceleration, then it is good to go through a slightly modified way of solving this question. So what you do is you take a1 as a, the a2 becomes 4a, so it will reduce the number of variables because now we have only one variable a, right? And then You will put A2 as 4A, A1 as A, and you will multiply the equation 2 with 4 and add to the equation 3. The tension will go away. So the idea is to remove the tension by the careful manipulation and then solve it to get the question. So if I have space, I could have shown you. Let me show you here. Try to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm writing equation 2 like this: mg minus t equals to ma2, which is 4ma, right? I hope this is clear. This is clear, guys? And I want to get rid of tension. So what I'll do is I'll multiply this with 4. And I can add this 2, because you can see if I multiply with 4, this will cancel out. I'm done. And then this is easy to solve, because this is 4 capital small mg minus capital mg. And then this is 16m plus capital M into A. See, I can get A directly from here. Quite easy. So A is how much? 4A minus capital M by capital M plus 16M into G. So this is how you get the answer. Okay. Do you realize this? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So no need to make it very complex. I mean, of course, the tricks will, I mean, there are many tricks, but the thing is, if you realize the basic, you can approach. So solving simultaneous question is one big skill that we all have got from the junior classes. Okay. So you can take any question. I'll show you the other question in which we have 3 blocks quickly. Then I'll show you some of the wedge problem. And with practice only you can realize that, and I'll tell you, there are many questions that is going to be a very common question. It's not something which you will find everywhere. It's like these are the standard questions which whose solution should be known to us. Yeah, it's like this only. One should know that how to solve this question at least. Then some more challenging you can attempt. So yeah. So there are 3 questions, I mean 3 masses. And definitely here we don't have a single piece of string. We have 2 string, one connecting the red one, the other blue with pulley, and the pulley P is movable pulley and the upper pulley is at rest. So how many blocks we have here? Tell me. How many blocks we have here?
3.
And if because we have 3 blocks, it means we have to assume 3 different acceleration, right? Generally, what you can think that is the pulley, movable pulley, the M2 will go up and M3 will go down, or vice versa, or both will go down. You don't know. Why you don't know? Let's say if I fix this in a frame, in an elevator. So in an elevator, if this is fixed, then you may see one of them going up and another going down, right? But if you are in the elevator, isn't it? But imagine the person is in the ground. Yeah. And the elevator is moving really fast, even though it is going up and down in the frame of elevator, but the elevator is moving so fast that eventually all are coming down, isn't it? And that's common experience. If you are in the elevator, even the block is trying to climb up, the elevator is eventually going to the ground floor. So all the blocks are going down or up? Tell me. What do you think? All blocks are going down or up? If the entire elevator is moving down, so eventually M2 and M3 will go down, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If let's say the elevator is moving really fast with bigger acceleration. So the first thing is, when you are solving question, when you have no clue about the direction, there is no hard and fast rule. You can just choose whatever you find convenient. Doesn't matter at all. So I'll show you some very weird assumption. Let's say I'm saying I'll assume all going down or all going up. And I'll say all down, all going down. This is very weird assumption. I mean, it will not give you the instinctive feel, okay, why this kind of assumption, but it doesn't matter in mathematics. So math will take care of everything. And if the answer is negative, it means the assumption is opposite of the actual. That's it. But as a problem solver, you can choose any assumption. Now, how assumption will affect the writing? Assumption will affect the writing in terms of laws of motion. Okay, before that, we have to start with the tension relation. So I always start with the tension at the bottom, because if you go from bottom to top, it will multiply. If you go from top to bottom, it will divide. So of course, for writing fraction is not convenient than writing the integers, right? So if I assume tension here, it is as T. This is also T. This will become how much? 2T? Yes or no? Tell me, guys.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But if I start with T here, then I have to make it T by 2, which is not good. I mean, this is just a matter of convenience. So that's why this is how we have started. So we have the assumption. Now the first step is write the constant relation first. Always start with the constant. Step 1 is, because we have 3 variables, write the constant relation. How to write constant, you know? I hope you know the constant. What do you like? Tell me. The best is here T dot V, right? Why I'm saying T dot V? Because it is not a single piece of string, it's a 2 string. So when we have multiple string, it's good to go by the T dot V. If you have a single piece, then increment decrement is better one. Okay. So can you tell me how to write here the constant relation? Tell me, Prashant, what should I write here? Come on, tell me. I have done with the constant. Just instead of acceleration, velocity, write acceleration, that's it. Because there is no angle involved here.
So we can't solve with the increment and decrement method.
Increment, decrement, you have to apply twice. One for the upper string, other for the lower string. Okay. And for lower string, you have to apply the pulley constant, because pulley is movable. So when you apply something, you have to understand the idea why we are applying. Do we have only single piece of string or 2 separate piece of string?
Separate.
So we have to write the increment, decrement of each piece, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can do this. So best is, I would say, for string problem, the T dot V is best, easiest. And when we have multiple string, then that is what I suggest. When we have single piece of string, the increment, decrement is best, because see, in the previous problem, how many string? Only one. You can apply increment, decrement, that's best. Only one string. Increment, decrement is best here. Okay. So you have to also make this distinction that in which scenario what to be applied to make it easiest, convenient. So you can do it pulley constant. For pulley, you have to apply the pulley constant. For upper pulley and for lower pulley, you will get the answer. So it is up to you. But try both ways and see that how much you are comfortable in writing. Doesn't matter which way you choose or start with. In fact, that is the practice that one should make, that keep on writing till you get it right. Keep on writing. Till you feel, till you realize. Tell me.
So 2T V1 plus TV2 plus TV3 equals to 0.
So where is the V? Convert V into A, na? Why it is so difficult? Instead of saying V, write A.
Yes, so 2T A1 plus T A2 plus
Is it 2T A1? Are they in the same direction? The dot product of two vectors in the opposite direction is negative, na?
So all of them were in negative, so I converted into positive.
Okay, very good. Then that's correct. So it and T is common, so you can also remove T then. Right? So it is 2A1 plus A2 plus A3 equals to 0. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
In JEE Advanced and Mains, constraints are asked generally. They will not ask you question, they ask you only write the constraint, and that will give you 4 marks. Understood? So one should be good with constraint. Is this clear? The constraint is clear to all of you guys? Tell me. Constraint is clear to all of you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The next part is you have to show the ABD. So the gravity force generally you might miss. So make sure that you, before you solve question, you represent gravity without any delay. M1G. And once you write the force of gravity, all forces are done. The next step is, as per the assumption of acceleration, write the laws of motion. So what is about what will be the question for M1? Rugved will tell. What is M1? Laws of
M1,
motion part.
M1G minus 2T equals MA1.
Okay, very good. For M2?
M2G minus T equals M2A2.
And for M3?
M3G minus T equals M3A3.
Because you know A1, A2, A3 all in terms of tension. So why don't you use the A1, A2, A3 from here and substitute in the constant directly to get the T first? Because that's most convenient. When we have more than 2 variables, I will not recommend to solve simultaneous equation. That's more cumbersome. So what is the best way to approach here? We have constant 2A1. What is actually, if you remember that method, the method I gave you, how much? How much will come? Can you guess? 2T TT for all masses, right? So it's 4G. So T equals to how much? 4G upon M2, M3 will have same value, 1 by M2, 1 by M3. But what about M1? Do you realize this? The method?
Yes, sir.
1T, 2T, and 2T. So in total 4T, so I write 4G. And then because the M2, M3 will have same tension, only one times. So 1 square, but that is 2 square, so 4. Or you can get the same answer if you substitute this in the equation bar. And this I will call equation 2. So what I can say, right? From 1 and 2. So this is the direct trick which you can use for the check. But don't, when you start solving, don't use the formula and go ahead. No. From 1 and 2, I like look at 2. A1 is how much? G minus 2T by M1. Do you realize this? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
A2 is how much? G minus T by M2. A3 is how much? G minus T by M3. See, the benefit is when I write the equation, when I choose all axes in the same direction, the order of writing is very simple. So I will not struggle with the plus minus. I mean, everything is in a very nice format. So answer is how much? 4G equals to 4 by M1, 1 by M2, 1 by M3, all into T. See, the same answer. In real time. And once I have the tension, of course, I can dare to substitute in the formula to get A1, A2, A3 respectively, but not required. Generally, if you look at the SC Verma, this is the some last 22nd question, 23rd question, maybe I think 30th question, I don't know. So this is the question on the last page, maybe second last. And there they have given nice value, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg. And you can solve it really easy. If it is numbered, then finding every value is simple. Once you find the value, find in terms of G only. Don't put G as 10 unless it is not required. And first get the answer. At the end, you can put G equals to 9.8 by default. And if they mention 10, then only put 10. Once again, the value of G we must take 9.8. But if they mention take G as 10, you take G as 10. By default, we take 9.8 from our side. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
I'll solve one wedge problem quickly. Because all wedge problems are same. So I'll solve one of them and the rest you will practice. So I'll just solve one of the famous and easier question. All difficulty you will solve. So this is theta. The mass is capital M. And if you remember this, there was a rod problem. So there is a vertical rod. And with some side support.
So we have done, I think, similar question.
Yeah, we have done the constraint, but not the problem. So what I said is this is M. And we know this will go down with AY. And this will go right with AX, right? And if you remember, the constant was, what is the constant relation? So AY was AX tan theta, which you don't remember. Go and check. So do you guys remember this formula? Hello, hello, hello. Tell me, Prasan sir, do you remember this? Vy equals to Vx tan theta. What is the common normal here? I think we are not trying to recall correctly. So this is the common normal. And this is your AX and this is your AY. Theta, theta, theta. So along the common normal, the velocity remains same. But in this case, because theta is a constant, it's not a variable. So the relation of constant for velocity will transform into relation of constant for acceleration as well. So AX sine theta is AY. So AY becomes AX tan theta. I hope this is clear. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
Now draw the free body diagram of each object one by one. Let me draw for the rod first. We have the inclined plane, always do the plane, and then gravity will act downward. Any other force which you can think of? Okay, so you can see there is a force from here, the normal direction. I hope you realize this. Now, when normal is inclined, you have to show the angle as well. This is 90. What do you think this angle is?
90 minus theta.
Very good. So we have to show the angle also in the body itself so that you can do it easily. So we have shown the normal. One thing which we generally don't show or understand or realize, the clamp. This is called clamp or support. Kind of support, you can say. So this support will also exert some force, which is of no use because the end acting on the rod will have two components, which you can realize, up and left. Is this clear? The normal on the rod will have up and left. Hello, hello, hello. The normal will have two components, up and left.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
On the rod, but rod cannot move right or left. So the left force must be balanced by the right force. Do you realize this? So the support will exert a net force in this way, including all force. The net force will act like this. And you can call this as a reaction force, Rx, which will be equals to, and always when you're solving the question, normal is not acting in the direction of motion, resolve it. So this is n cos theta. This is n sin theta. And what is the acceleration? So it's downward. So for rod, the laws of motion should be written only in the vertical direction. In horizontal direction, there is no acceleration, so all forces are balanced. So along horizontal direction, AX is 0. I mean, AX for the rod, the horizontal component of rod is 0. So all forces are balanced. We can say Rx is basically n sin theta. Now, generally, they don't ask Rx, so that's why you will not see this question, but they may ask. For vertical or along vertical, it is accelerating. So what will I tell me? Rugved, tell me what we should write. What is the net force acting in the direction of? Yeah, yeah.
mg minus n cos theta equals ma.
Do you all agree? Siddhant and Prashansa? Prashansa, tell me, do you
Yes.
agree?
Yes, sir.
Very good, that's right. Now, this is the question which we can write for the rod, and that is done. And now we have to go to the wedge part. So draw the wedge part, and generally, there are many forces acting in the body, but only as a beginner, write all forces, but you will realize that the useful forces are those which can create the acceleration. So we do not draw the force which are of no use. So here, if I add the forces, the normal will act like this because that's action reaction pair. This is exactly same normal as before. That's why it is same n. And it will have the same pair. It will have n sin theta right and n cos theta down. Action reaction. Am I right? And the capital M will have the capital mg down. And there is another normal acting from the ground, which is, you can say, n dash. These are the forces actually. And vertical direction, in vertical, along vertical, there is no motion. So net force in the y must be 0 for the wedge because it is not moving at all in the y. And therefore, what we can write? N dash is balancing what? Tell me, persons, what should I write here?
N cos theta.
Only.
N cos theta plus mg.
Hmm. It is n cos theta plus capital Mg. Now, as of now, it is of no use. The moment you go to the next chapter called friction, the n dash will create friction in the left side, and there you need n dash. So as of now, it is of no use. But as a beginner, I will suggest practice all FPD. Whether it is useful or not doesn't matter. And with experience, try to realize that what is useful to me and what I can ignore. So through your own experience, realize, not because I am saying. When you realize, you realize. So here, vertical in the horizontal direction, there is acceleration AX. So along horizontal, what I can write? Tell me. Tell me what should I write here? In the horizontal, what is the net force acting?
N sin theta equals to m into ax.
Very good. N sin theta equals to capital M into AX. So we know the N value from here because AX and AY is known to you. So you can get AX from here and AY from the question 2, AX from the question 3. Substitute here and solve for the normal value, the N value. Can you solve to get N quickly? I want the N value, small n. Hello, hello, hello. Can you do, guys? The small n. And you all have to practice laws of motion at least 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times action, yes. So what we just solved was the IE error problem. So there are many problems in error which you can attempt. So right now I will not tell you to solve error. The reason is in error they have mixed question of friction based and without friction. But in SEO we have separate chapter friction and laws of motion with friction, and we have only laws of motion in which we don't use friction force or frictional forces. So first we finish, once we finish the friction, then you have to go back to error and finish all the question. Again, I'm saying, if you only master laws of motion, your fear from physics will go away. I mean, you will never get fear of physics throughout your life. Done, Siddhant? You got the N value?
So 1 second.
You can divide 1 and 2, say 2 and 3, and replace the ratio. Solving equation is common sense. I mean, it doesn't require any knowledge. If you know how to eliminate things, what is most suitable things, that should come naturally to your brain. What is this? I'm asking normal, and in your answer you have AX. Why X is coming? Are you solving for X?
Sir, I thought you were asking for a small m.
Okay. Small m? No. I'm asking for normal reaction. Okay, anyway, from here, can you solve for AX? Can you rearrange and tell me what is AX coming? That's easy. And you should realize that AX is a variable. AX is not a known value. Okay, anyway, you can solve from here to get AX at this. Yeah, that's correct. Hopefully something will come. Siddhant, tell me what is the answer for N first normal reaction? Rugved, you got the answer?
Yes, sir, but I got it in AX and AY.
Why X and Y? Is the X and Y variable or constant? Or is it given to you? Or is it unknown?
Unknown.
I mean, why this is so difficult to solve question? I mean, solve equations. AX, AY having the relation. What you will do to get rid of that? There are many ways. You can get AX from equation 3, AY from equation 2, substitute in the constraint and solve it. Is it that difficult? Tell me, is it that difficult?
No.
Then why you not solving? Why? Solve it. And don't take it lightly. I mean, if you're not going to solve question, some more punishment is on your way. Then I'll keep class of 5 hours. Make it 10 hours. You have to sit in front of the laptop and keep on solving from morning to evening, keeping your video alive online. Doesn't matter whether I'm there or not. It will be recorded and I can check. The day when a teacher is teaching you something big concept, that day you should spend only in solving that concept. Doesn't matter, you have to finish your homework and all. No such excuses will work. Because by doing all these things, you will not achieve anything. Anyway, that is not going to help you anything. So what you learn, master it and move ahead to the next concept. Don't try to finish the chapter for the sake of I have done this, and I know nothing. No use. Rather know 2 or 3 topics, but you know something. Done?
Yes.
Siddhant? Yeah, Rugud, tell me what you're getting. N value, the normal reaction.
Small m into capital M g cos theta by m sin square theta plus m cos theta.
So N you're getting as this G cos theta sin theta like this,
Not sin theta.
only cos theta. Upon capital M sin square or small m.
Uh, Small m sin square theta plus m.
Plus M.
Small m
Like
sin square theta plus m cos theta.
okay. So I think that should give you directly answer to the AX. So AX is N sin theta upon capital M. So it is mg cos sin upon this answer. I think this is what you got. Questions are right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, this is what you got. Right. Siddhant, you got the answer?
Yes, sir.
So is this the answer?
Yes, sir. Same.
Same, very good. So now I hope that you have realized that how to solve question. Please try to finish SC Verma. There are some questions which we need to learn something called pseudo force technique, but that is not required. That is optional. I mean, of course, you can solve by the knowledge which you have gained, and even if you don't know that technique, it doesn't matter. Pseudo force is something which we should avoid as much as possible because there is nothing like pseudo force. The problem is the moment you study pseudo force, you will think it is a force, and then you will start making conceptual mistake. That's the issue. So try to avoid pseudo force only in one or two scenario where it is very difficult to solve by the conventional method, which is like in circular motion chapter, we actually use the pseudo force technique. But in laws of motion, whether you know pseudo force or you doesn't know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it is of no use at all. Try to solve in the ground frame. Every question, try to solve in the ground frame itself. But we will learn as a concept in detail. So the next lecture will be your pseudo force method and some problem based on that, and that will be the end of the laws of motion. But you have to at least solve minimum 100 to 200 problems of laws of motion. Then only I'll leave. You have to show me every day that I'm giving question. You have to send me solution of 10 questions every day. We'll keep on discussing. So I'll give you one entire week to only solve laws of motion as much as possible. Day in, day out, day in, like full day, 24/7, keep on solving laws of motion. And if you can really do that, your life will change forever. Just like lottery. Okay. So bye guys, take care and continue solving. The SEO I can finish, and the booklet which I have shared, you can start solving from there. Exercise 1. If you are done with 1, then exercise 2. Okay. Even in the topics which is written like pseudo force, you can solve by the the ground frame method. It doesn't require pseudo force. So pseudo force is a mathematical technique to solve, and there is nothing like pseudo force in universe. All right, bye and take care. See you in the next lecture on Sunday, I think.